Okay, very good afternoon, and it's time to begin our session today. And I hope the others will be joining soon. Only 20 participants remaining have to join. I'm sure that they are joining fast. So let us begin with the topic. And we were discussing about the finite verbs and non-finite verbs in the previous class, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
We completed finite verbs, right?
Yes.
Only the basics. There are 3 tenses and there are 12 tense forms, isn't it?
Yes,
There are
ma'am.
3 tenses and 12 tense forms. How many tense forms are there? There are 12
12
tense
tense
forms.
forms.
Okay, there are 12 tense forms. All these 12 tense forms can be identified with the help of the verbs used in that particular sentence, right? If it is
Yes.
he will be writing a letter, if it is he will have written a letter, all such examples, please check it out. By looking at the verbs only, you'll be able to recognize or you'll be able to identify the tense, right? Right? Such
Yes,
a
ma'am.
verb which shows the tense is known as a finite verb in English grammar. Finite verbs actually shows the tense. Okay? Finite verb help us to identify the tense form. Am I clear?
Yes.
Not only that,
Yes, ma'am.
these finite verbs are called complete verbs. Okay, these finite verbs are called complete verbs. Why it is called a complete verb? Do you have any idea?
Because it has a meaning.
It has a meaning. It has a complete meaning, right? Because it shows the right complete time, it has a meaning of its own. Not only because of that, sometimes it shows it acts like a main verb in a sentence. Okay, these finite verbs sometimes acts like a main verb in a sentence. Because see, look at the example, he speaks English. Okay, the sentence, he speaks English. Okay, there the speaks the verb. Okay, wait a minute, there the speaks the verb, it shows it is a main verb, right? There is no helping verbs used along with it, so it is a complete verb, isn't it?
Yes,
Isn't it,
ma'am.
children? So finite verbs are also known as a complete verb because it shows the time. It shows the time. It shows the form of the tense, right? So by looking at the finite verb, it is easy for us to recognize the tense, so that it is called a finite verb in English grammar. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And the second point, there must be another point. A finite verb has a subject. Okay, if there is no subject, no finite verb. It has a subject. Okay, he speaks. Okay, he speaks. I'm not using speaks, right? He speaks,
Yes.
I said. Right? So one condition, see, in 7th standard you have learned, children, in 7th standard you have learned, the problem is actually, if the subject is singular, we have to use a singular verb, right? If the subject is plural, we must use a plural verb, right? If the subject is singular, use a singular verb. If the subject is plural, use a plural verb, right? This is
Yes.
what you have
Yes,
learned.
ma'am.
So according to English grammar or grammarians, if this finite verbs, it is limited. The finite verbs are limited by the number and the person of the subject, or the noun or pronoun used as a subject in that particular sentence. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? Do you have any idea? What do you mean by number in English grammar? In mathematics, you might have learned thousands, crores, million, trillion, a lot of numbers by adding zeros you made, right?
Ma'am,
Huh?
the number.
How many numbers are there in English grammar? How many numbers are there in English grammar? No idea? So it's my turn to explain. There are 2 numbers. How many numbers are there?
Two number.
Two numbers. Do you know what are they? Singular number and plural number. How many numbers are there? There are 2 numbers. Okay. How many numbers are there, children? There are 2 numbers. 2 numbers means singular number stands for 1. Plural number stands for more
More
than
than
1.
one.
Okay. So 1 more than 1. One singular, more than one plural. So how many numbers? 2 numbers. Okay, if anyone asks you how many numbers in English grammar, certainly you have to answer, ma'am, there are 2 numbers. Okay, there are 2 numbers, one is singular number and the plural number. What do you mean by person? Now Gus. Now Gus, what do you mean by person? How many persons are there in English?
3.
Ma'am, first person, second person.
And two.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are three persons. Pronouns, you might have learned pronouns. First person pronoun, second person pronoun, third person pronoun. So there are three persons in English grammars, right? So finite verb, I have told you, it has a subject. Okay, it has a subject, but it is limited, controlled by the subject. The finite verb is controlled by the subject. If the subject is singular, along with the finite verb, you will be using is or are. If the subject is singular, you will be using is only, right?
Yes.
You can't use are there, right?
Yes.
If the subject is you, there is no other way, you must use have, right? If the subject is I, no other way am or have must be used, right?
Yes.
And what about the persons? I have told you, you is the second person, have is the only verb can be used along with you, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If it is a singular he, singular pronoun he, you can use only speaks, right? You can't use speak. So there is a controlling capacity. Okay, so a finite verb, it has a subject. It shows the tense. The most important point, it shows the tense, the time of action. At the same time, it shows it has a subject. And this subject in the form of a noun or a pronoun controls the verb. The person or a number. It controls the noun or pronoun, the number, and by looking at the number and the person, it has an influence upon the verb. Okay? Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So if there is a singular subject is used, you must use a singular verb. If it is a plural subject, you have to use a plural verb. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear, children? Do you have any doubt regarding this?
No, ma'am.
So, finite verb. Verbs are two. Finite verbs and non-finite verbs. So, the finite verbs, it is easy. It shows the tense. Okay? It shows the tense. There are three tenses: past tense, present tense, future tense, and it has altogether 12 tense forms. Okay? In all tenses, you have four tense forms each: simple forms, continuous form, perfect form, and perfect continuous forms. Okay, now let us learn about finite verbs. Okay, look at the board. A finite verb, it is sometimes called a main verb, is a verb that has a subject. Okay, that has a subject. Yes, Abhinav?
Ma'am, should we write this in notes?
I'm not getting you. Can you speak louder?
Should we write this in notes?
I have uploaded all the notes on the school's website. Download it and write it. And file in the English grammar note. Okay? Thank you. So look at here. Look at here. So a finite verb, it is sometimes called a main verb, right? And it has a subject. These are the major points to remember. It has a subject. This means that it can be the main verb in a sentence. It has a subject so that it can be the main verb in a sentence. And also it shows the tense. There are a few points to remember. Let me explain once again. A finite verb, which is also known as, sometimes it acts like a main verb. Okay, I have told you, I have given a clue. Speaks, right? So it acts like a main verb in a sentence. And also it has a subject. This means that it can act like a main verb in a sentence. It has a subject, so it acts like a main verb in a sentence. And it shows the tense. Okay, it shows the tense. It is limited by the number and the person. Okay, it is limited by the number and the person. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I live in Germany. Now, Ellen, I live in Germany. Can you pick out the finite verb used here? Ellen?
Live. Live.
Live. Live is the finite verb, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're absolutely right. So look at the board here now. Finite verb, the three tense forms. Okay, see, look at here. The forms which help you to identify the tenses. The first word, write. Second one, writing. Have written. Have been writing. Wrote. Was writing. Had written. Had been writing. Will write. Will be writing. will have written, will have been writing. These verbs help you to recognize the tenses, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Not only the tenses, it helps us to recognize the tense forms, right?
Yes.
Such verbs are called finite verbs in English grammar. Am I clear? Such verbs are called finite verbs in English grammar. Okay, so this is all about finite verb. Then the next topic, non-finite verbs in English grammar. Okay, now we are going to Sarhat, listen here. We are going to learn. Your sitting position is not correct. That is why you are getting a pain in the neck. Okay, so sit straight. All of you sit straight. Your posture must be corrected. Okay, so my dear children, listen carefully. So we are going to learn about the non-finite verb forms. Okay, before learning non-finite forms, I just want to check your previous knowledge on the subject. Okay, so I'm gonna write here on the board. Look at here. A verb has. See, can you predict how many forms are there for a verb? How many forms are there for a verb? Can anyone tell me? How many forms are there for a verb?
And four. Four.
There are 4 forms. Okay. Can anybody help me to write can anybody help me to label this box with the different verb forms? Who can help me? The forms of verb. Jivan, Mithun, you're eating your finger. Are you hungry? Mithun, can you help me to fill this box?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, make it fast.
Ma'am, first division. I don't know, ma'am.
Verb
And
form.
base form.
So a verb has, yeah, someone is
base
giving me
forms.
the answer. Okay, that is absolutely correct. There are 4 forms. Okay, there are
Base form.
4 forms of a verb. The first one is the present form
form.
of a verb. Okay, the present form of a verb. That is verb 1 form. What is verb 2 form?
And past form.
Past form of a verb. What is verb 3 form?
Future form. Past participle. Present participle.
Past participle. Okay, past participle form. And what are
Present
verb 4
Present
forms?
participle.
Present participle. You must be thorough with this. Okay, present participle. You must be thorough with this. Okay, the first one is the verb 1 form. The verb 1 form.
Present.
Verb
Present
2
form.
form, past tense form.
Tense.
Verb 3, past participle form. And
participle.
verb 4 is present participle form. Okay, example. Look at the board. Example. First one. Okay, right. What is the past form of the verb right? It can be right or writes. Okay, what is the past form
Wrote.
of right?
Wrote.
Wrote. Excellent. And tell me, what is the past participle form of right?
Written.
Excellent. The third form or the past participle form, written. And what is the present participle
Writing.
form?
Writing.
ing
Writing.
form. Writing. How many T? How many T? Only one T. Okay, there are only one. There is only one T in writing. And if it is drink, okay, the verb, if it is drink, it can be drink or drinks. What is the past form?
Drank. D-R-A-N-K. Drank.
What
Drank.
is it? Drank. And
Drank.
what is the past participle form?
Drunk.
Drunk.
Drunk. What is the present participle form?
Drinking.
Drinking.
Drinking. Okay. And if it is go, if it is go, what is the past form?
Went.
Went. Okay. What is the past participle form?
Gone.
Gone. What is the present participle form?
Going.
Going. Okay. The first go or goes. Okay. Go or goes is the present form. Okay. So in the first, look at the first 2 labels, first 2 portions. One is present tense. Okay. Second one is the past tense. These both, by looking at the first form and the second form, it shows tense, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It shows tense. It shows tense, right? But look at the third and the fourth form. Look at here, children. Look at the third and the fourth form. Now you tell me, look at the third and the fourth form. If I am using only written, if I am using only drinking, are you able to recognize the tense?
No, ma'am.
No.
Look at the second two columns. Past participle verb 3 column, present participle verb 4 column. Okay, I have written, writing, drunk, drinking, gone, going. By looking at these two columns, are you able to recognize the tense?
No.
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 We are helpless, right? We can't distinguish. We can't make it correct, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
But by looking
Yes,
at the first two columns, it is easy for us to identify the tense.
Yes.
So present tense and past tense, these are finite forms. At the same time, past participle forms and present participle form, which does not show, or these two forms do not show the tense, such words are coming under the non-finite forms. Okay, so I hope that you understood already. The finite verb, it shows tense. Okay, it has a subject. So 2 points we remember. We need to remember. The first one, a finite verb. It is a complete verb, and it shows tense, right? And it has a subject. It has a subject. Okay, but according to the grammarians, non-finite form. Remember the two boxes at the end, past participle box and present participle box, right? By looking at drinking, by looking at swimming, by looking at eating or eaten or drunk, all these words, we are helpless to identify the tense, right? Right?
Yes.
So to get
Yes,
the tense, we need to fit at least an auxiliary verb with that, right? If it is have written, automatically it's a present perfect tense, right?
Yes.
Then it becomes a finite verb. If it is simply given, it's not, it doesn't show any tense. It doesn't show any tense forms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is such a verbs, okay, such a verbs is wrong, because these non-finite forms, all these forms are derived from the verb. Okay, derived means comes out. Okay, all these forms are formed. All these non-finite forms are actually formed from the verb. But are they verbs? We can't call it as verbs. Okay, these non-finite forms are never ever, it is derived, all these forms are derived from verbs, but we can't actually recognize the tense, so that it is not a finite verb, it is coming under the category called non-finite verbs. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Am I clear?
Yes.
What are non-finite? What is the peculiarity? What is the peculiarity of a non-finite verb? It does not show
Not
the
short and forms.
tense. It is derived from a verb. At the same time, we have got these words from the verb. Forms of verb, right? These are the forms of verb. These are derived. These are formed from the verb. But at the same time, it does not have a tense. Okay, it does not show a tense. So finite verb show a tense form, but at the same time, non-finite does not have a tense. Am I clear?
Yes,
Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so look at the board. See, so non-finite. Today we are going to learn about non-finite verbs. Okay, non-finite. Okay, there are 3 non-finite verbs. How many non-finites are there? There are 3 non-finites. Okay, the first one is called infinitive. Okay, the first one is called infinitive. The second one is called participle. Okay, participle. And the third one is called gerund. Okay, the third one is called gerund. Look at the spelling of gerund. G-E-R-U-N-T, gerund. Okay, so non-finite form. It does not show the tense. Okay, it does not show the tense. It is divided into 3 forms: infinitive, participle, and gerund. What are the 3 forms of non-finite verbs?
Infinitive
Infinitive participle and gerund. See, so let us talk about the non-finite. I have told you these non-finites are derived from the verb, right? Right?
Yes.
And I have given examples like how the past participle and present participles are formed from the present form of go. What is the past participle form of go? Gone. What is the present participle form of go?
Going.
Going. So it is understood. It's clear and it's understood that we are getting these words, or these words are derived from verb forms, but they are not verbs. It is formed from verb, but they are not verbs. Okay, these non-finites are also called verbs because it is formed from verbs, but they are not verbs. Okay, so let me write 3 sentences on the board. 3. Okay, first sentence. Look at the first sentence. The boy, okay, the boy wants to swim. First sentence, the boy wants to swim. Second sentence, I found the boy. I found the boy swimming. Okay, look at the third sentence. Swimming is good for health. Okay, there are 3 sentences on the board, right? The boy wants to swim. Second sentence, I found the boy swimming. I hope you are copying these 3 sentences in a paper. And third one, swimming is good for health. A word is in different forms. It is repeating in the 3 sentences. Common in 3 sentences. Which word?
Swim.
Excellent. The word swim is coming in one form in the first sentence, and in the second sentence, and also in the third sentence in different places, right?
Yes.
Once the word is placed in different places, the name or the function of such words are completely changing. Okay, the boy is swimming. If I am giving you a word like the sentence like the boy is swimming, there you can see a finite verb, right? Which is the finite verb used in this particular sentence? The boy is swimming.
Is swimming.
Is
Is
swimming.
swimming.
Does it show any verb? Can you identify the tense form after looking at is swimming? Tell me yes or no. Are you able to recognize the tense? The boy is swimming.
No.
You can't?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
You can't identify the tense
Ma'am.
form? The
Ma'am,
boy
ma'am.
is swimming in the river. Now you tell me. The
Ma'am,
boy
present
is swimming in the river. Pick out the finite verb. The boy is swimming in the river.
Ma'am,
Pick
is
out the
Is
finite
swimming.
verb.
Is swimming.
Okay, your answer is very correct. Is swimming. Now you tell me which tense. Tell me the tense. Three tenses.
Present continuous.
Only three tenses. It is
Yes.
present, past, or future.
Present.
Present. Form. Which
Continuous.
form?
Continuous.
Present continuous. Okay, present continuous. Now tell me, Michelle, is the sentence is a finite? Is this a verb is a finite verb or non-finite verb? Finite verb means which shows the tense. Non-finite means doesn't show a tense.
Yes, ma'am. It is a finite verb.
It is a finite verb. Very clear because it shows the time. Okay, it shows the form of a tense. It shows the time, right? So it is a finite verb. Okay. At the same way, look at the 3 sentences I have given to you. The first sentence, the boy wants to swim. In that sentence, to swim, right? In that sentence, underline to swim. Okay. It shows any tense.
No.
So circle it. All of you circle that particular word. To swim. Look at the second sentence. I found the boy swimming. Okay. I found the boy swimming. Okay. Does it, there the word is common. Which word is common there in that sentence?
Swimming.
Swimming again, right? Does this word show any tense?
No.
Which one is is it a finite verb or non-finite verb?
No.
It's a non-finite verb. Circle it. Look at the third sentence. Swimming is good for health. Swimming is good for health. The common word?
Swimming.
Swimming again. Okay, swimming again. Does it show any tense?
No.
No.
No. It does not, right? No, it does not. So, see, please underline that three words. To swim, swimming, and again in the third sentence, swimming. Okay, so let me start with infinitive. Okay, you have those three sentences with you. Keep it with you, and you have underlined it also, circled it also, right? Three words. Common words also there with you. Okay. Now, infinitive. The first non-finite form, infinitive. Okay, what is it? Infinitive. Okay, this infinitive is also a non-finite form. Okay, this infinitive does not show any tense. The first point, it does not show
Any tense.
tense. Okay, does not show the tense. Okay, at the same time, it does not show tense. First, not showing the tense. Okay, does not show the tense. Sorry. So, no tense can be identified, right? No tense can be identified. Infinitive. It is also derived from a verb because it is actually preceded by or with a to in a word. Along with the word, if it is to plus base form is used. Okay, if to plus base form is used, such words are called, such words are called infinitives. It is easy to recognize. To plus swim. Okay, it becomes to swim, right?
Yes.
So to swim is a non-finite infinitive form. So it is easy to recognize. It has a to plus a base form. It has a to plus base form. Not only that, you can see a to before this infinitives, right? It is easy to recognize because generally what happened? An infinitive is a non-finite verb which is generally preceded by to. Okay, which is generally preceded by to. Okay, along with the verb to plus swim, to swim, to plus go, to go, to plus move, to move, to plus sing, to sing are the examples to identify infinitive form. Okay, so infinitive forms always, you can see there are two infinitives. Okay, the infinitive forms where the form which is derived from a verb and preceded to. Okay, there maybe you can see the verb preceded by to. Okay, to swim. But there are some infinitives which is not preceded by to. Such forms are known as bare infinitive. So, infinitive, there are two infinitives in English grammar. There are two infinitives in English grammar. The first one is to infinitive form. Okay, to infinitive form. Two infinitives, and the second one is bare infinitive. Okay, bare infinitive. So infinitives are the words derived from verb which is preceded by to. So two infinitives and bare infinitives are the infinitive forms normally can be seen in sentences. Okay, to infinitive mean it is actually preceded by to. It is a non-finite form. So to plus verb base form. To plus base form of a verb is a must here. To infinitive is formed by to plus base form of a verb. But at the same time, some verbs, actually some words, we are using as infinitive and using only the base form. There is no to before such infinitives. So we are concentrating with the to infinitive forms. Okay? Okay, children. So infinitives. What are infinitives? Infinitives are non-finite verb forms derived from verbs. Okay, this is also derived from verbs, and also generally it is preceded by to, so that it is called a to infinitive forms. What is the form? It has a to plus base form. To infinitive form means to plus base form. Shankari, am I clear? Okay, can you give me a few examples for to infinitives, Shankari?
Ma'am,
Yes.
to swim,
To swim,
to go,
to go,
then
to talk,
to
along
eat,
with the verb, the base form, to jump,
yes.
to talk, to kick, to move, to catch, to fight, whatever it is. If it is to plus base form, it is a non-finite form infinitive. There are another set called bare infinitives in English grammar. Okay, there are another set called bare infinitives in English grammar. Okay, what are bare infinitives?
Base form.
What are bare infinitives?
Base form.
Base form.
Base form, a form without to. Okay, infinitive forms without to. And let me ask you a question. Okay, you said, ma'am, I know now it is easy for me to recognize a to infinitive form. But how can I know whether these infinitive forms or present tense forms are used in a sentence? How can I distinguish? If this is the question from you, I should answer you, a finite verb shows tense, but a non-finite form never ever help us to identify the tense form. Okay, and what is the function of this non-finite infinitive form? Do you have any idea? What is the function? Always these non-finite, if it is not a verb, okay, these non-finite forms are not a verb, then what are they? If they are not the verb, what are they? In a sentence, it acts like in which way? Any idea? I said, children, non-finites are not verb forms. Finites are verb forms. And also I said a statement, children, of non-finite forms derived from verb. But it is not a verb. Okay, I said, children, these non-finite forms are derived. Okay, it is actually formed from a verb form. But it is not a verb. If it is not a verb, what are they? What is the function of such words in English grammar? I want an answer. Without that, I can't proceed. If non-finite forms are not verbs, then what are they? How it functions? A word is used in a sentence, it must have a function, right?
Yes.
Right? It has a function. So tell me now. So a non-finite, not this point, children, a non-finite verb. Okay, a non-finite verb such as infinitive, participle, and gerund. It may function. It may function as an adjective. As an adjective, it acts like a noun. It acts like an adverb in a sentence. Am I clear?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Now can you say again?
Yeah, why not? Non-finite form, I have told you, finite verbs, it is a verb. Okay, it shows tense. It is a complete verb. And these non-finite verbs are derived from the verb forms, but they are not verbs. If they are not verbs, what is the function? It may function like an adjective. It may function like an adverb. It may function like a noun in a sentence. Okay? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have to learn. We have to learn much about this non-finite verb, and I'll be back in the next class Now the next teacher is waiting. It's time to wind up my session. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.